hoes. Fuck these niggas. This is your boy Hog Head with Hog Head TV and the Haters Real Podcast. I want y'all to like, subscribe to both of them motherfucking channels. Hoes and bitches, niggas and jealous and envy, all these hoes going. Let's get into this shit.
Hey, this your boy Hog Head.
Diana Williams.
And I'm Bill Ritter. We begin with a fatal shooting of a rap music legend. The shooting tonight in a recording studio in Queens, taking the life of the man known as Jam Master Jay. His real name, Jason Mizell, one of the founders of the groundbreaking rap group Run DMC. Jim Dolan with late details. He is in Jamaica, Queens for us tonight. Jim?
Bill, Jam Master Jay knew the absolute heights of the hip-hop world as a member of the pioneering rap group Run DMC. He, of course, was their DJ, and having stayed in the industry all these years, he knew well about the feuds that so often result in violence and death in the rap world. Well, tonight, according to sources close to this investigation, a 37-year-old Jason Mizell, Jam Master Jay, was working in a recording studio here in Jamaica. He and a 25-year-old male Hispanic were relaxing in a lounge near the studio when a man walked into the studio, gun drawn, and opened fire. Mizell was struck once in the head and killed instantly. The other man was seriously injured, shot once in the chest. Police have no one yet in custody. Friends, including the Liar Cohen, the CEO of Island Def Jam Records, gathered outside, stunned that it happened to the man who was such a huge part of hip-hop's rise in worldwide popularity, and shocked, too, that it all went down in such a brazen manner. The gunman walking in, firing, and then just casually walking out. Police believe they have good leads in this case and that witnesses got a good look at the shooter here. There's also security camera tape, we are told. Mizell was at the studio producing an album by two young women. They were in the studio when they heard gunshots. They came running, of course, but it was too late. Again, sources confirming Jam Master Jay, Jason Mizell, from the rap group Run DMC, was gunned down here about 9:15 tonight. Another man was injured. Nobody yet in custody. Reporting live from Jamaica, Queens, Jim Dolan, ABC 7 Eyewitness News.
As this case unfolds, we want to tell you a little bit more about Jam Master Jay. He was one of the founders of the pioneering rap group Run DMC. Many believe that group gave birth to modern hip-hop. Jam Master Jay's real name, as Jim said, Jason Mizell, 37 years old, a Queens native. He grew up in the Hollis section along with two other members of Run DMC. Jam Master Jay was the DJ of the group. It was formed in 1982. Their biggest hit was in 1986 in tandem with Aerosmith, called Walk This Way. And of course, we'll continue to follow the story, bring you any late information as it develops.
Tonight, the questions focus on witnesses and security cameras. The studio where Jay was shot is outfitted with several security cameras, but did they capture the killer? Jim Dolan is live in Jamaica, Queens with late details for us. Jim?
Diana, there are 4 security cameras between the door and the lounge where Jam Master Jay was murdered last night, but there was not videotape in all of them. And so there are still open questions. Was there an accomplice, and was there a struggle before the fired shots? Well, on those subjects, ABC News has learned there is some disagreement among the witnesses. But on other topics, on other significant details, there is agreement on the anatomy of a brazen, cold-blooded murder of a rap legend. Through the night they came, candles and flowers and tearful notes of condolence, a community grieving the loss of one of their own, of one of the good guys.
I don't think he had too many enemies, but we all have enemies somewhere. Just gotta watch yourself. I just hope they find him.
If you really know anything about Run DMC, you know that they were really all about like peace and people coming together.
Jam Master Jay was born Jason Mizell, and he became a rap pioneer in his lifetime, the DJ for Run DMC, one of the first hip-hop groups to cross over into mainstream popularity. Run DMC never yielded to the violent images and impulses of rap music, making Mizell's violent death last night at his Jamaica, Queens recording studio all the more puzzling.
As far as I know, they were doing a lot of things for the community, doing work with kids and everything, and it just seemed senseless. You know, and my thought is that we'll find out that it'd be over something stupid in the long run.
Well, maybe, but the man who killed Mizell clearly meant business, and nothing was going to stop him. ABC News has learned the shooter was first buzzed into the building, though it's not clear who buzzed him in or if they looked at the doorway camera first. The killer passed a total of 4 security cameras on the way to the murder, at the door, up the stairs, and in the hallway leading to the studio. Before he entered the lounge, the shooter pulled a .40 caliber gun, put on a ski mask, and knocked over a woman as he opened the door. He then fired 3 shots, killing Mizell and injuring 25-year-old Ureko Rincon before fleeing.
It's not really a big place. It's kind of small up there. I mean, they basically have their studio room and they have like a small lounge room. You know what I'm saying? It's used for business.
It just blows your mind when you think about the fact that this guy was killed, because he's not that kind of guy. It's not like a East Coast, West Coast thing at all.
News: 2 men found guilty of murder in the killing of Run DMC's Jam Master Jay. Jurors found Carl Jordan Jr., Jay's godson, and Ronald Washington, Jay's childhood friend, guilty on all counts. Prosecutors say the murder was in retaliation for being cut out of a drug deal.
For more than 2 decades, it remained one of the music industry's biggest unsolved mysteries. Eyewitness News reporter Darla Miles has followed this case for years.
We begin with NJ Burkett, though, at the courthouse in downtown Brooklyn. NJ.
Right, Joe, the hip-hop star's family spent years wondering if they would ever see this day. Some of them never lived to see it. But yes, the verdict is guilty in all counts in the execution-style murder of Jam Master Jay back in October of 2002. His name is Jason Mizell, the hip-hop pioneer who joined Run DMC to bring rap and hip-hop into the mainstream back in the 1980s. But years later, his fame was fading and the money was running out, so he turned to cocaine trafficking, according to prosecutors. His 2 friends, Carl Jordan and Ronald Washington, were charged with murdering Mizell after they learned that they were about to be cut out of a $200,000 drug deal. There was no forensic evidence and no surveillance video at the crime scene where Mizell was gunned down in his own recording studio in Queens. Now, the jury heard from 2 people who were there and identified both men, but defense attorneys insisted that the testimony was too old and unreliable to be believed, and the motive, they insisted, was weak. But the jury here clearly disagreed. The deliberations were over in a matter of hours. Both men guilty on the murder counts against them. A cousin of Jason Mizell spoke with reporters here just a short time ago.
Jason was an amazing, talent. He loved everybody. He was, he could never say no. And that's one of the reasons why some of the people around him were undesirables, if you will, because he just didn't push people away. He loved everybody, and he just couldn't say no. And I think that this contributed to this where we're at today.